So it's no secret that childhood obesity rates are on the rise. And so in order to combat this growing problem, the American Academy of Pediatrics has just released a new set of guidelines. And now for most of us, when we think about getting kids to lose weight or encouraging them to just lead a healthier lifestyle, our minds probably go to things like eating healthier or exercise. But apparently, the AAP decided to go a completely different route, as CBS News reports. Quote, children struggling with obesity should be evaluated and treated early and aggressively, including with medications for kids as young as 12 and surgery for those as young as 13, according to new guidelines released Monday. If you had any doubt that the current medical system is not about trying to get us healthy, but instead just making money off of all of us and making us all dependent on more drugs and more surgery, then look no further than these guidelines. If these doctors were actually concerned about getting kids to lead healthier lifestyles, then we would be talking more about things like exercise and eating healthy. But unfortunately, because of things like body positivity, it's actually considered offensive now to dare even imply that yes, your choices do affect your weight and the way you look. And if you think I'm exaggerating in saying that the body positivity and fat acceptance movement, in addition to Big Pharma, is behind these terrible guidelines, then check this out. As CBS also writes, quote, the group's guidance takes into consideration that obesity is a biological problem and that the condition is a complex chronic disease, said Erin Kelly, co-director of the Center for Pediatric Obesity Medicine at the University of Minnesota. Obesity is not a lifestyle problem. It's not a lifestyle disease, he said. It predominantly emerges from biological factors. Are you kidding me? Are we so far past the point of personal responsibility that now we can't even say with confidence that, yes, if you exercised more and ate better, 9 times out of 10, you would lose weight? And here's the thing, obviously, I don't know everyone's medical history out there, and certain genetic preconditions do exist where you might be a little more predisposed to being heavier. But here's the thing, as time has gone on in America, the obesity rate has gone up. The obesity rate in America is so much higher than other parts of the world. If this were purely just about genetics, we wouldn't see numbers of overweight kids exploding like they are now. Genetics are not changing that quickly in this country. Instead, what we see here, what we can attribute these terrible guidelines to, is an unholy union of Big Pharma trying to make more money off of people, and instead of investing in their actual health, they're trying to turn people into lifelong customers. We have a lack of responsibility from not only these doctors in trying to inform their patients of how to actually get healthy, but also of parents not wanting to take the time and ensure that their kids are eating right and going outside rather than just staying on their computers. And finally, yes, we do have that social justice movement of fat acceptance that's trying to lie to people by telling them, oh no, it's not your fault that you're heavier, it's just your biology. And here's the thing, if these guidelines were just applied to adults, they would still be ridiculous and they would still be wrong, but they wouldn't be nearly as harmful or as damaging as trying to put kids on the path to drugs and surgery. Because let's not forget, informed consent is a huge part of having medical procedures performed upon you, or really just different life choices. If you are an adult and you choose to be overweight, you're allowed to do that, because the assumption is that you understand that being overweight is unhealthy and that not exercising and not eating right can lead to being overweight. And if you choose to get surgery or go on medications in order to combat a heavier weight, it's also implied that you understand that these procedures come with risks. But guess what? If you're a kid, if you're 12, 13, or 14 years old, you can't consent to any of this. You can't understand the lifelong implications of being overweight. You can't fully understand the nutritional values or lack thereof in the food that you're eating. And you definitely can't understand the risks that come with doing something like going on a weight loss drug or getting weight loss surgery. Not only is this just a hugely disappointing move for doctors, but it's a huge blow to the state of children in the country. And it just seems like no matter what the story is, whether it's relating to the education system or things to do with social issues like gender and sex ed or now medicine, it seems like we're just failing kids at every corner. And as the adults in this situation, we need to step up and do better. It doesn't matter who we offend, kids' lives and their well-being is at stake here. We need to be bolder in just speaking the truth.